In this lesson, I'll show you how Sketchbook Pro allows us to sketch and change a drawing using its editing tools. To begin, let's sketch a cube, but before we begin, let's go to our user interface and see two different ways to select a brush tool. You can select a brush tool by clicking on the tool interface and dragging to your desired tool, or you can go ahead and click on the toolbox. Let's go ahead and click on our toolbox and select the pencil. Now, one of the things I'd like to share with you very quickly is that Sketchbook Pro allows you to adjust the sizes of your brushes. In this case, we can adjust the size of our pencil. Now let's go ahead and double click on that icon, and you'll see a little brush property box. Now by moving the slider left and right, you can adjust the actual hardness and size of the pencil. You see? It's just like having a box of pencils in your toolkit. For this particular drawing, let's go ahead and slide the slider to size 2B, size 3, or 3 millimeters. Let's go ahead and save that. Let's go back down to the user interface and select the color black. And now you're ready to sketch. Go ahead and locate your cursor near the middle of the canvas and go ahead and draw a line to a slight angle. And as you're drawing your box, never mind if the lines are a little squiggly. That's all right. However, when you're drawing, do keep in mind that you don't want to have a lot of convergence. You want the drawing to have as little convergence as possible. And what that means is that you don't want your drawing to have an extreme convergence. So let me just share with you what that is. You see how the perspective lines go very deeply? We don't want that. We'd like to go back to something that's a little more square. All right, let's go ahead and start editing. There's two ways to select. Let's go to your edit and go and talk about the two ways to select. There's the marquee select, which allows you to basically use your crosshairs. You see how you locate your crosshair right here on the upper left, and you can drag straight down and across, and that uniformly selects your image. Now there are a few things you can do while you're in that mode. You have a pop-up button that allows you to do one of 4 different functions. You can rescale your drawing by anchoring your cursor in the middle where it says scale and moving it to the left. Now keep your eyes at the top of your screen. You can see the percentage. You see how it has a little percentage gauge? Now you can also move to the outer ring or the next outside ring, which is rotate, and that allows you to rotate along the center axis. See, keep your eye on that screen. It gives you some idea of the angle. Or you move to the outside ring, and that allows you to move in any direction you like. I think some of you have noticed that there's another ring that's in the rotation ring area just above the scale ring that's unmarked. Now this allows you to actually add a little bit of distortion to your drawing. By placing your cursor in that box, you see how the axis comes out? They kind of come out in 45-degree angles. That allows you to basically compress and expand your drawing. How cool is that? Now, the second way to select is your lasso select. Now this allows you to anchor your point and do a more precise selection. And this is really handy if you're drawing in an area where you have other surrounding elements that you don't want to disturb, and this allows you to maneuver around them. Again, the same pop-up options are here. And distortion. Now, another function I'd like to share with you is the copy and paste function. Now, while you still have your lasso selector, let's go ahead and lasso select our cube. Okay, you see how it's selected? Let's go ahead and move our cursor down to the edit icon, and let's go directly down below. And you see how you have your copy and paste? Now let's go ahead and select copy. And while you're still there, let's go ahead and select paste. And you see how you have another box. Let's go ahead and move that on top of the other one. Now, while it's still selected, go ahead and hit paste again for yet another one. And let's go ahead and paste one more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this one, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to see what I can do with the distortion tool, because what this distortion tool will do is it may allow me to adjust my box to fit in that drawing. Now, once everything is in position, let's go ahead and go to our toolbox and select the eraser, okay, a hard eraser, and erase out all the hidden lines. And this will give us a more opaque appearing stack of boxes. There you go. Now, one more thing I want to share with you is that you can actually lasso select that whole entity, and you can also rescale, you can rotate, you can move, and you can still distort. So to conclude, continued use and practice will help you become more comfortable sketching within Sketchbook Pro. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just remember that you always have your undo button.